So, back again, back. We are back, another day, another video. My eyes are still fucked. They are still red, raw, like steak, uncooked steak. So we are still repping the glasses, the sunglasses, the Ray-Bans. Um, and yeah, we're just that intro done. I'm terrible at intros, as we all know. Move straight on into the news. Man United talk today, and we're gonna discuss. We're gonna start off discussing with apparently MAZRAOui and De Ligt both agreed a 5-year deal with Manchester United. Let's go, guys. Terms agreed for De Ligt and MAZRAOui. Manchester United agreed terms on a personal level with MAZRAOui and Matthias De Ligt as the side look to bolster their squad in the upcoming Premier League season. Does that sound good? Does that make a good headline? I think that does. I think that warrants a good headline. I think the Sun or someone, one of the newspapers, or I should just write in Twitter, news outlet or news journalist or whatever, just to get an extra 3 followers and get a blue tick so people think I'm legit and in the know. Anyways, yeah, it says here from Fabrizio Romano. Man United keep working on both MAZRAOui and De Ligt deals with the same agent. Obviously, they've got the same agent. His name's Pimenta. I don't know how you say his name. That might be his name. I don't know. MAZRAOui and De Ligt have both agreed on a 5-year deal with Man United. So they both agreed personal terms. Personal terms have been agreed, which I imagine that means they obviously. Well, that does mean, doesn't it? That they've agreed 5-year deal, both of them. As it literally says that, and they must have agreed wages, signing on fees, agent fees, everything. It's now down to the Man United, which I think the MAZRAOui, we're just waiting on Wan-Bissaka to leave, then we'll pay him, and then we're trying to get De Ligt for less than what they want him for, which I think they want him for like 40 million or something like that. I think we're probably going to try and pay like 30 to 35 million. Me personally, I wouldn't haggle over 5-10 million. Just get it done. We need him before the Premier League season starts. Bayern aren't exactly in need of selling him, so they will definitely hold out. And the Bayern fans do want to keep him, so we need to just before that. I know De Ligt wants to join us. I do understand that. So that is one thing we've got against Bayern. But for me personally, just go out and splash it. If it's not like it's an extra 30-40 million, it's an extra 5-10 million. Go out there and say Bayern, yeah, cool, we'll pay you 55 million or something for them both. Come to United after Wan-Bissaka's gone, after McTominay's gone, and then go out and get your midfielder, which I personally think we need 2 midfielders, but we definitely need one. We desperately need one. Go out and get your midfielder next season, and then if we have 5 new players, I mean, I personally say I think we need 2 midfielders before this window shuts, and them 2 players that we're about to get. But I don't think we'll get them. I think we'll get them 2 players, Matthias De Ligt and MAZRAOui, as I've said before, and Ugarte. But I do think we need another midfielder. But we won't be able to get another midfielder anytime soon if we don't move quickly with these deals, which we do need to do. We're haggling over 5-10 million for selling with players. We're haggling over 5-10 million with buying players. And you want to build a bit of respect in the market. I do understand all that. I do understand that the club don't want to be known as pushovers. The club don't want to go back. But I remember this scenario happened a few years ago with Ed Woodward. And the fact that they've done it, Ed Woodward used to do this all the time. But with Ivan Perisic, United fans remember this. With Ivan Perisic, Mourinho desperately wanted him because he wanted a player that can cross a ball because obviously you got Lukaku. He wanted Morata at the start, but then he got Lukaku in. He wanted a player that could cross the ball for those back post headers, those tap ins, which is understandable. He probably thought Ivan Perisic to Lukaku would add an extra 5-6 goals in the season just off them two. And he wanted a player that could cross the ball from his wings. And Man United were just haggling over €5 million or £5 million or whatever it was, to try and get the deal done. And then it's just like, what's the point? Like, if the manager really wants him, and obviously the club, and I don't think the manager, I think the manager would want both them players, by the way. What's the point in haggling over 5-10 million? Just go pay the money, man. If you want the player, go pay it. Me personally, I do understand it. People say, oh, PSR and all this bollocks. But 5-10 million ain't gonna fuck up Man United's PSR. We're one of the richest clubs in the world. We're the richest club in England, like in terms of revenue. Or maybe Man City have overtaken us now, but that's only because they're winning. Do you know what I mean? If we were winning, or if we were, say we were both finishing 3rd and 4th, it's because also we have been in the Champions League. Like we're just in and out of the Champions League and things like that. That's probably why they're things. So we could say we're the second richest club in England, making the second amount of revenue. Exactly, 5 to 10 million ain't gonna do much. Like, it ain't gonna do much damage, is it? I do understand that people are gonna say, yeah, but if you keep doing 5 to 10 million, it adds up, and I understand that. But I remember that Ivan Perisic deal like it was yesterday, and it was like we really wanted him, but we weren't going to pay an extra 5 million, and then he ended up staying and then going to Bayern 2 years later on loan and winning a fucking treble with Bayern, and it's like I'm not saying that De Ligt will stay because I think De Ligt actually wants to leave, and same with Mazraoui. I think Mazraoui they want to sell and he wants to leave, but for me, just guard it like. With the McTominay deal and all that, they're trying to sell McTominay for an extra 10 million rather than for 30 million rather than 20 million. It's like, for me, I get the whole point. People are going to say, "Yep, you need to haggle to get money and be respected in the market," as I said. But for me, just go out and pay it, man. Get the deal, get your deals done, and then sell. But I get that. I also do the flip side that teams will know you need to sell if you do buy players because you will need to sell. I do understand that, but yeah, my personal opinion, I wouldn't be haggling over 5-10 million for deals. I just get them done. We need to get players like McTominay and that off our books, and we need players like De Ligt, Ugarte, Mazraoui on our books. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the press conference that was last night. Yeah, it was released at 1:30 in the morning UK time, so I don't know what time that would have been for wherever they are in America. But yeah, he's Erik Ten Hag's press conference headline written on the Man United website. This is key. I think it was like key quotes from Ten Hag's press conference. Erik Ten Hag provided an injury update on Anthony and Marcus Rashford during Thursday's press conference at the UCLA. The pair came off injured during a 3-2 friendly victory over Real Betis in San Diego. Not sure why they have to add the San Diego bit, but cool, whatever. But the boss said it was too early to gouge. Is that gouge? That is gouge. The severity yet. Love how they bring these words in. Just say, I very much doubt. Hold on. The boss said it was too early to gouge the severity yet. I very much doubt. I haven't watched this press conference. I'm just reading what they say. I very much doubt Erik Ten Hag has said it was too early to gouge the severity yet. Does he even know what gouge is? He's not even English. Like, he can speak English, of course he can, but he can't speak fluent, proper English, can he? Do you know what I mean? He's not going to know that. That's just a buzzword they've put in the fucking articles, innit? These journalists, man, they fucking always do this. Yeah, he probably said it was too early to understand the severity of it, not gouge the severity of it. Yeah, I understand that. He probably did say, but not the gouge severity of it. Or it was too early to assess or whatever. We need to wait and things like that. You know what I mean? Ten Hag was also asked about returning international players and new Liverpool boss Arne Slot. No idea why he's been asked about Liverpool boss Arne Slot. Oh yeah, because we're playing Liverpool, aren't we? Silly me. My bad. I'll take that back, journalists. We're playing Liverpool. In his media briefing, you can read the best of the quotes and watch the video below. No, I'm not really watching the video below. Strongest XI rotation. So he's going to talk about his strongest XI. Yes, it's always about finding the right balance in this. We have to prepare for the season, but we understand we have to give a performance, and that we represent our club and that we represent Premier League football here. Right, I found a bit. I don't think that really makes much sense. But we have the brackets to find the right balance in this. So he's basically saying that he has to find the right balance, like every manager says about their starting 11, it has to be the right balance one. And prepare well and things like that for the new season. Will Jadon Sancho stay at false 9? Obviously, because he's got a few injuries. I mean, I don't know, no idea where Xerxes is, because maybe Xerxes comes back tomorrow or something. I don't know, because Xerxes got knocked. No, he got knocked out the semis, didn't he? He got knocked out the semis. My bad. He got knocked out the semis, didn't he? Of course he did. He got knocked out by England. Yeah, never mind. I'll take it back. He'll come back in probably just before the Community Shield. Then I think we have to assess. This is about Jadon Sancho being at full time. I think we have to assess next week where we are, and they are in two very different situations. Jadon is in pre-season in the tour. Joshua had played in the Euros, then had his break, and now started training this. Xerxes is back apparently in training, or maybe he's doing personal training. I don't know. So next week we have to assess those, and we will pick a team that's capable to win the cup in the last game of pre-season against Manchester City. So next week we have to assess those. We will pick a team. Yeah, so he's basically saying that um, he's going to assess this week who's going to play in that role, whether he's going to play Xerxes as a striker or Sancho as a false nine. Me personally, play Sancho as a false nine. Sancho's had a bit of pre-season. Xerxes not really is even trained with a team yet. Don't know. On incomings and outgoings, every club has limitations. Every club has those limitations. The FFP rules for every club is there. Oh, don't give me this bollocks. FFP's been there for years, man. Also, we have to manage this and go with those rules. We have to manage it as good as possible and to construct the best squad possible. Right, that's just a load of waffle. I don't even understand that. Returning Reds, of course, we have a plan for every video. This is about the returning Reds, the players that have come back from the from their break because they obviously played at tournaments. Of course, we have a plan for every individual where they have to show up, and that plan is now running. Alejandro Garnacho will already tomorrow start training. Licha will start on Monday. So I have it in mind that there is a plan and the need for every player in the off season. We know every player where they are fitness wise, and next week we have to bring everything together. We have to bring everything together because we're a team. We're a family, guys. Yeah, and we need to bring everything together and give good harmony in the squad. Spirited Scott. Oh yeah, this is about Montoya. Oh, I'm so pleased with the performance of Scott McTominay. Uh, I'm so pleased to have him in my squad. Well, you're not because you and the club are actively trying to sell him, mate, and you actively tried to sell him last year. Why lie? For the type of person he is, he has such impact on his team with his performance and team spirit. Of course now we play him in a more advanced role, which suits him better. He is so important in making goals for our team. I'm very pleased to work with him and have him in our squad. Well, you're not though. You're not because you're trying to sell him. But we'll move on to that. You're literally trying to sell him. But yeah, so pleased to have him in the squad. Word on slot. Here we go. This is what I want to know about. I think that he's in quite a good place because the structures are good. Well, if the structure was that good, why haven't they bought many players yet, mate? We're gonna talk about that one day. We're gonna talk about why Premier League clubs haven't been trying to sign, haven't been signing many players. I mean, as it currently stands, Manchester City are gonna walk the league again. And everyone's going to sit there and cry about 115 charges. Oh no, why don't you manage your own football clubs for doing more? Because at a minute, what are Liverpool even doing? They need 3 or 4 players. What are they even doing? They've done nothing. They've done fuck all. They wanted Euro. Apparently didn't want to pay his wages or whatever. Didn't get him. I'm not saying they needed Euro because they didn't. They've got some decent centre offs. They need a winger. This is a fucking Man United talk. We should talk about Liverpool. We'll talk about Liverpool another time. Yeah. Anyways, because the structures are good, the players are good, and Klopp football was of course very good and very successful. But I'm sure armed with his skills that he can add to this, there will be elements of Klopp football, but he will bring elements in. And if they can bring this together, they have a very good chance to stay very successful. So he's basically just glazing. He's basically saying slot. You know what I mean? He's basically just glazing slot basically there. Fair enough. Whatever. Update on Anthony and Marcus. We have to wait, of course. We don't go into risk into the last game of the tour, going into the season next week already, into an important game against Manchester City. We are still within the 24 hours after a game, so the final assessment we have to make, and we will see if they are ready for the final game on Saturday against Liverpool. So they don't know if they're going to play this weekend. Oh yeah, of course the community. I thought today was like Monday or something, and the Community Shield was in a few days. Sorry, it was this week. No, the Community Shield is next week. Sorry, yeah, my bad. I was getting confused. So basically, the Liverpool game tomorrow. He said he doesn't know if Anthony or Marcus Rashford will be fit because they haven't done an assessment yet. Obviously we know Euro's out for 2 months. We know Højlund's out for I don't know how long Højlund's out. I haven't done much research on that, but I know Højlund is out. I thought Højlund was back in training. Someone said, but he's obviously not. Yeah, that's the update on that. Whether Marcus Rashford's back, we probably do need him back because we've got Garnacho to come in if Rashford doesn't play. So that's going to be a struggle as. But We digress, guys. That's the key quotes from Ten Hag's press conferences. All in all, he was obviously got asked a stupid question about strongest XI, which they always ask, and he just says the most blatant, obvious answer. We have to find the right balance, as every fucking manager would. He's talked about assessing things. Everything's about an assessment. Assess must be his new favourite word. Assessing Jadon Sancho at false nine, assessing Marcus Rashford's injury. So he didn't actually, by the way, in these quotes here, by the way, these are the quotes. He didn't, by the way, say we need to gouge in the severity, or something like too early to gouge in the severity of it. He actually just said we don't go into risk into the last game of the tour, going into the next season already. So he never actually said what the journalist tried to say. He said, which again, the journalist should be fired for that. You've just completely misquoted him and made up a lie. To try and make the story sound a bit more serious and a bit more intellectual. Who is the journalist that broke this bollocks? Well, it says editorial team. I doubt that's a fucking journalist. Yeah, I don't know. I think that he's in quite a good play. Yeah, that's about. I don't know about Slot. He talked about Slot. Talked about Scott McTominay. Told a load of bollocks. Said that he's so pleased to have him in your squad and all this bollocks. Well, that's why you're trying to sell him, mate. And you've been trying to sell him last summer as well. Yeah, you're so pleased to have him in your squad, mate. Of course you are. And obviously talked about the returning Reds. And obviously the Argentinian players. I know the Portugal players are back now as well. Dalot and Bruno. So yeah, that's really all in all summed up his entire press conference, and that's it. Wrapping this up now. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Stay blessed. Please do subscribe. I don't ever ask for subscribers, but you know, if you like it, you'll subscribe, and if you're watching, you might as well subscribe. We are this close to 100, so please, cheers, fellas and ladies and non-binaries and unicorns and all that bollocks, whatever you identify as. All welcome here. Cheers.